Got the boat jacked up today with the tractor here. Just going to go over some common things with outboard jet setups. Just a lot of common questions I see over and over again that people are trying to learn on what to do. So hopefully this will help some folks out. I'm going to try to make this all one video without having to edit anything, so bear with me if whatever. So number one thing is engine height. Where does it go sit on the boat? This is a 1652 Blazer. 100 gauge. Got the nice little pad. The Blazer builds here, that's 125, deletes the center rib. Anyhow, every boat is going to need to be close to this right here. Boom. Right in between the center grate, or that pin. Some people like it down here. Some boats work there, some won't. At the end of the day, you just do not want water coming over the top of this chute. This has to be above. When the water leaves the boat, it actually starts to rise. The rule of thumb is for every 1 inch behind the boat, the water has already risen a 1/4 inch. So if this is about 3 inches, you're looking at 3/4 of an inch, the water's already came up to rise. So that's what's important there. If you're lower than this or not real close to this, you will be losing performance. If water comes over the chute, it's going to be coming up and hitting the boat. You're going to want to add a splash guard, things like that, and you're not helping yourself. Sometimes splash guards are needed. Most of the time they are not if you have it set right. The other thing is reverse gate problems. If your reverse gate's loose, bent, the shifter's not staying where it needs to be, when you're going, if that reverse gate comes up and just gets even just a little bit right there, it's going to create more pressure in the pump, more pressure than what the impeller and the engine's designed to be able to push past. So you're going to lug the engine down just a hair more, and you're going to lose tons of thrust. So make sure when you put that thing in forward gear that you cannot pull this back. It's locked in this little cam here, and it is 100% clean if you draw an imaginary line right there, and that you cannot pull it up. Something else that's real important is to have a clean boat. If you got one that's got a dent, dents they create voids. The water has to fill the voids. It's vacuums, a whole different conversation. But most importantly, you cannot have a dent literally back here in the back 6 inches, because then that creates water being redirected. If you look right here, I can take my fingernails anywhere on the back of my boat and rake it down. They do not grab. When I bought this boat brand new, I even brought it home and I took a fine sanding wheel and I took whatever weld was hanging down off. You've all seen the picture where the guy was running and he hit a rock. You're going to hit rocks if you're riding skinny, but when it comes back here and it grabs that weld, it'll just peel the transom back. But if you keep that clean, that's less likely to happen. And clean is just going to be faster. I mean, airplane wing through the air. You've all seen like illustrations of that and how things need to flow. It's no different with this water. I'm not going to get into impeller clearance and sharpening. There's just really good illustrations and how-tos on outboardjets.com for that. And I'm just not a professional at sharpening them. And I've clearanced my impeller, I bet 5 times too tight, get out there on the water and run a little bit, and that sucker's locked the engine up. And I'm out here on the side of the river bank pulling my shoe off just to get a little bit more clearance to add a shim back to the bottom. So, but she's tight, ain't no doubt. Anyhow, those are just a few of the basics on setting up an outboard jet. Your boat may vary some from here or there, but that's going to get you close for someone who may have questions on anything like that. So anyway, we'll see y'all on the water.